20 minutes of reading. Why can't I skip my 20 minutes of reading tonight? So I'm going to be presenting some information to answer this question. Let's figure it out mathematically. Here we have two students. The first we're going to label student A, and the second will be student B. Student A reads 20 minutes a night, 5 nights every week. Whereas student B reads only 4 minutes every night, 5 nights every week. So after a week, student A will have read 100 minutes in a week, whereas student B will have read 20 minutes in that same week. Student A ends up reading 400 minutes a month, which results from 100 minutes a week times 4 weeks. Whereas student B reads 80 minutes a month, 20 minutes a week times 4 weeks. At the end of the school year, student A will have read 3,600 minutes, whereas student B reads 720 minutes in the same school year. So let's look at what results from this difference of time dedicated to reading.
Let's look at two children, one from a middle-income family, the other from one of the millions of low-income American families. As the two kids head off to kindergarten, look what happens. The middle-income child starts out with a 6-month lead. The low-income child is already falling behind because of a lack of access to early reading and preschool education. During their year in kindergarten, in the same school and classroom, the two children will learn at about the same rate, so we'll move them both forward 9 months. But look what happens in that first summer between kindergarten and first grade. Our middle-income child moves ahead about a month in reading because learning of one kind or another continues over the summer. The low-income child falls back about 2 months. So when school begins again, when they go back for first grade, the gap between them has already widened. During first grade, again, they move ahead at about the same rate, another 9 months. That next summer, the activities and lifestyle of the middle-income family keep that child moving forward, but the low-income child has fewer opportunities to reinforce good habits like reading, and that child falls farther behind. Then we come to second grade, and again, our two children learn at the same rate. But the summer after second grade sets our low-income child back again, and our middle-income child moves forward again, and the gap widens again. By just the third grade, the two children are already far apart. By the end of fifth grade, the gap between the children is 2.5 to 3 years. Will keep growing through middle school. So you see, without addressing what's happening during the summer, it is impossible to ever catch up. It's impossible to close the gap. No matter how much high-quality learning goes on from September to June, every year the gap widens.
Okay, so we call this the inevitable gap that is caused by a lack of focus on reading. Okay, so what results is during the summer, student A will have developed a reading habit, therefore reads 1,200 minutes during their summer vacation, whereas student B, who read 4 minutes or none at all during the school year, did not develop the habit, therefore summer rolls around and student B does not read during their summer vacation. And the result is this. During summer, student A continues to advance, whereas student B forgets how to read and falls behind. So we end with some questions to ponder. Which student would you expect to read better? Which student would you expect to know more? Which student would you expect to write better? Which student would you expect to have a better vocabulary? Which student would you expect to be more successful in school and in life? So the end goal here is not to read because it's an assignment, not to read because the teacher expected, but to unfold a lifelong habit of learning. 20 minutes of reading every night is enough to help fill that gap. So let's propose that we read 20 minutes a night, a minimum of 5 nights a week, to help grow and develop not only students that by 6th grade are academically successful, but that are also confident and have developed the self-sufficiency to be successful.